Jackson State got the big win over Texas Southern, and they just used one quarterback. They limited the turnovers, and they played the way that I know that they're capable of playing and still give themselves a chance to make noise in the SWAC East and in the SWAC overall. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because I upload all the time. Now, Jackson State was able to pull the 43-14 win over Texas Southern. Jackson State, dominant performance over Texas Southern. They dominated all throughout the game. I mean, it was 13-0 at halftime, and they poured it on even more in the third and fourth quarter. Third and fourth quarters. Texas Southern didn't even get a point until the fourth quarter. Jackson State dominated this game all throughout in front of the 13,000 that was there in Houston, Texas to watch this game. Now, here's the thing. This is the Jackson State team that I know can show up each and every single game when they limit the turnovers and when there's not this weird quarterback back and forth. There's no disrespect to Cam McCoy, but I believe Jacoby Morgan is the quarterback that this team needs. He's not a perfect quarterback. He's not a perfect prospect, but nobody is. Jacoby Morgan does enough through the air and is still talented enough on the ground to make this offense run on all systems go. This offense is a run-first offense. This offense has a stable of backs between Ahmad Miller, Travis Terrell, Irv Mulligan, J.D. Martin, a stable of backs, Des Moultrie, that can get things going and make things happen on the ground. And then when you add the element of the quarterback run, this team is really, really tough to beat. I mean, 250 yards on the ground and 2 rushing touchdowns in this game to go with Jacoby Morgan's 2 passing touchdowns. That is the balance that you want to see from JSU. Limit the turnovers. You got blown out by Grambling because you couldn't stop turning the ball over. Fumbles, interceptions, dropping snaps, all kinds of just bad stuff. And when you do that, it's just hard to beat a team when you turn the ball over 4 or 5 times. Even a team in a Grambling team that I think you're better than. I'm going to just be honest. They were the better team that day. But I think in the long scheme of things, if you played Grambling 10 times, I think you win 8. If you play Grambling again and you don't turn the effing ball over, I think you have a chance to really rock their world like they rocked yours, but nonetheless you did. And so you got back to your roots. You got back to better play calling. You got back to a more decisive team that you were. You only gave up 115 through the air and 108 on the ground to Texas Southern. You just stifled them, and you had 4 sacks on their quarterback. You only gave up 1 sack. This is the type of team ball that you're able to play. This is what Coach T.C. Taylor wants to be able to do. But you have to limit the turnovers. And Jacoby Morgan's the guy you should go with moving forward. He is your QB1. Once again, no disrespect to the other guys. The other guys are talented. The other guys may have their opportunity once they get that opportunity. But no more quarterback shuffling, no more quarterback, because I think part of the struggles that you saw from Jacobian is not starting the game, not having the rhythm, not being there with the ones, and then he gets tossed in there after another injury to McCoy, and he's all flustered and discombobulated and dropping snaps and doing stuff that he shouldn't be doing this deep into the season. I mean, we're 4 or 5 games into the season now. We shouldn't be having some of these same mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last week was 4. Now the 5th game. And you need all of this going into Mobile next week against Alabama A&M. Alabama and A&M is not impressive. Let's be honest. They are not that impressive of a team. You could say Texas Southern wasn't that impressive of a team. They're a 1-win team. But you did see how I always put it is that good teams, if you play a bad team or play a team that you feel like you're clearly better than, then you stomp them. You make it clear to everybody that's watching, anybody that's participating in the game, and everybody that's viewing and ranking or whatever. It's like, hey, good teams crush bad teams. And that's what JSU did against Texas Southern. They crushed a bad team. Now it's on to go to the Gulf Coast Challenge, go down to Mobile, and do the exact same thing that Coach Connell Maynor and the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. You should go down there and crush them, but it won't happen if you turn the ball over. It won't happen if you're indecisive who your QB1 is. It won't happen. It won't happen. But if you do, you tackle way better. Your defense, I think, is continuing to improve, and your offense just needs to be led by the running game. You run the ball, you should get 30 to 40 carries between your backs each and every single week. What did they have this week? Let me see, 41 carries. 41 carries for your back / quarterback, because you had 10 rushing attempts from your quarterback, who also had a 72-yard run. But you had a 32-yard run from Irv, 11, 17, 11, 9. Like, it should be between 25 and 35 carries every single week, and then between 20 and 30 passes every single week. That is how you should be. You should be a balanced attack, but leaning more heavily 60-40 run, because your backs are that talented. Your backs can make things happen. And that's up to the offensive line as well. But if you run the ball, I think it'll limit your turnovers, limit the mistakes from your quarterback, and then go out there and play good defense. Make plays on defense, tackle in open space. Your tackling is way improved from last year, and you go out there and beat up on bad teams the way you're supposed to. Next week against Alabama and A&M, A&M is another example, another chance, another opportunity to show that you are one of the better teams in the SWAC, despite what happened against Grambling, despite what happened in Louisiana. Because once again, I think you gave that game away strictly based off the turnovers you kept having. And once you clean those up, you're one of the better teams in the SWAC. And the rest of the SWAC will have to continue to worry about what Jackson State looks like at the end of the year, as opposed to what they look like against Grambling. That's my 2 cents. But I love this opportunity. I love this game from TC Taylor and his team against, once again, a Texas Southern team that's getting it together. Their coach is in his first year. They're getting it together. But let's do the exact same thing against Alabama A&M this upcoming week. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Jackson State curb stomps Texas Southern, and looking good once you limit the turnovers as they head on to take on Alabama A&M this upcoming week. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell, because I upload all the time. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That is on Instagram and X at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next time. Peace.